The real truth. I've spoken to you recently, haven't I? Didn't I speak to the real truth? Hello, the real truth.
What's good?
How old are you, please?
30, bro.
30? What year were you born?
93.
Fantastic. I am a lesbian.
Sorry, say that again?
I am a lesbian.
I mean, I think you might have the definition of what a lesbian is incorrect.
How's Christy doing?
What do you mean, Christy?
Viral Christy, how's she doing?
Are you asking me? Sorry?
Yeah, how is Viral Christy doing?
I don't talk to Christy like that. I see her here and there on lives. I don't rock with her like super heavy, like I'm just cheerleading. So we may have similar views, but she doesn't represent what I think. If
All right.
that makes
So,
sense.
why am I not a lesbian?
Well, you separate gender from sex, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So if that's the case, then you can't base your gender identity on your sexuality. It makes no sense.
I don't base my gender identity on my sexuality.
Well, you can't call yourself a lesbian then. It would make no sense. There's no logic really behind what you're saying.
What's a
A
lesbian to
lesbian,
you?
it's not what it is to me. It's females that are attracted to females.
Why female? Why are you specifically choosing female rather than woman?
Because that's what separates a gay and a lesbian person from each other. Homosexuality is literally your separate gender from sex, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, then you can't conflate the two when you're talking about somebody's sexuality. It makes no sense logically. Think about what you're saying, right? I'm trying to make it like a bit easier to kind of put it into perspective. When you're talking about your sexuality, you're talking about your sexual attraction to somebody. You're talking
Not
about if
necessarily. It's not automatically a physical attraction. It could be romantic too, but sure.
yeah,
Typically, yeah.
yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying objectively it's going to be based on your sex. That's why it's called sexuality. It has
Yeah,
nothing to do
I
with your
disagree. I
identity.
don't think it is based on sex.
But that's I mean, you're never going to know what a lesbian or a gay man is if you don't base it on their sex. That's what
I think it's based
sexuality
on
is
gender.
about.
Because
But you separate gender from sex, correct?
that's not relevant. You keep saying that and not actually making any point with it.
Well, because you're telling me that it's women being attracted to women, but you separate gender from sex, and I'm telling you sexuality is based on your sex, not your gender. You can't separate the two and then
Okay,
conflate the
so
meaning.
what specific aspect of sex is it then? That
It's literally what you're born as, your biological makeup. You're either a male or a female, correct?
so when you go on a date, you ask a person their biological makeup.
No, it's not that I'm asking them their biological makeup. If their sexuality is if they are a homosexual person, we differentiate the two between calling them either lesbians or gays, right? And when you're talking about a lesbian, you're talking about two females that are attracted to each other. And when you're talking about a gay man, you're talking about two males attracted to each other. When you're talking about heterosexuality, you're talking about two people. I mean, a person that's attracted to the opposite sex.
I'm
If
trying to
you
get you to tell me what part of sex is it that people are attracted to.
your sex is your sex. It doesn't matter
Okay,
if
so
you
sex. So like, right, but there's multiple aspects to sex, right?
yeah, I think the road you're trying to go down is like your sexual characteristics, but that doesn't change your sex. That's just like your phenotype.
Yeah, I want to know when two people are dating each other, what is it about the person's biological sex that they're attracted to, that they're looking for?
It's not a matter of just okay, you call it they're what they're attracted to in terms of what they can see in their biological sex. It's that they're attracted to the same sex. There doesn't have to be anything deeper than that. That's why it's defined as homosexuality. You can't change the definition of homosexuality to fit how you feel. There's a reason why we have categories for these things. Otherwise, you can't be heterosexual and be a part of the
The
LGBT. It
definitions of
makes no
words change
sense.
all the time.
Yeah, that's fine, but the definition of homosexuality has never changed. It is what it is.
The definition of homosexuality has never changed. That is a bold claim.
I mean, when in nature have you observed homosexual activity and they didn't define it as the same sex engaging in something that's sexual?
You realize there's only one species where we observe gender, right?
We're not talking about gender, we're talking about sex. I keep saying if you separate the two, you've got to keep them separate.
I'm not. bringing them together. I don't know where you're getting that from.
Well, you're talking about observing gender, and I'm talking about observing
Right. I
sex.
think that when we're talking about lesbians or gay people or something like that, we're talking about gender attraction.
No, we're not. We're talking about
Okay, then
same-sex
what aspect
attraction.
of sex? The real truth.
Literally,
I keep asking
if
you
you're,
what part about sex is it that people are attracted to, and you keep not answering.
no, I'm telling you, I literally gave you the definition of what homosexuality is. It's the same-sex attraction. That's exactly what it is. You can't be a part of the
Okay, back up your
LGBT.
claim.
You can't be
Back up your
I,
claim. The real truth that
I'm
it is based on sex.
Adora. You can go on Google yourself right now and look up the definition of what a lesbian.
I genuinely don't care what the definition
Well,
is
you
because
need to care. You should
okay,
care.
the real truth. The way we use the definitions describe how words are used, right? That they describe how words are used in society. So the definitions don't decide what words mean. The way that words are used decide what the definitions are.
Then how do you have context to anything you're saying in a conversation if you can't define the words that you're using in context of anything you're saying?
I can't
It makes no
describe how
sense.
society uses such words.
I mean, but you're changing it based on how you feel about it. But
No,
objectively, it doesn't mean what you think.
you're trying to say that society has decided that homosexuality is in humans is based on sexual attraction. So explain to me that attraction.
It's based on if you're attracted to a male or a female. That's literally what it's based on.
Okay, so when you go on a date, you ask a person if they are male or female.
Well, yeah, I mean,
You do.
if I'm a heterosexual male, right? Just listen to what I'm saying. If I'm heterosexual, I'm going to be attracted to females. Now, you can be just listen to what I'm saying now.
Have
If
you
you're
ever
a
been
trans,
attracted to a sex that wasn't female?
no, never.
How do you know?
No, no, never.
How do you know?
I mean, I'll be real with you. Like I've never dated a female that had a penis.
I didn't. That's not what I asked.
But this is what you're asking me.
That's not what I asked. I asked
If
you,
I
have you
if
ever dated a sex? Have you
Adora,
ever dated someone that was a sex other than female?
Adora, I literally just said to you, every woman that I've been with has had a vagina.
Great, good. That does not mean that they were female.
So so you're telling me that females don't have vaginas?
That's not what I said either. You
So
are
so
putting words in my
so
mouth.
well, I mean, you're putting words in my mouth too, though.
No, I'm asking. No, how do you know? A person having a vagina does not determine what their sex is. It is a sex characteristic, but it
Yeah.
is not the determining factor in what their sex is. There are other sex
Well,
characteristics too.
well, maybe that's not to you, but that's a very defining factor to me. You can't be a
You can
female and
be
be missing a vagina.
male and have a vagina. You can be intersex and have a vagina.
We're not
I think
talking
the same
about a
thing.
male with a vagina that I mean, with all due respect, that's not a real vagina. That's the doctors making something out of your penis. That's not a vagina.
Okay, define vagina.
It's a reproductive organ or a sex organ that belongs to a female.
I need more detail than that.
Well, how much more detail do you need? I mean,
I need an accurate description of what a vagina is.
Adora, you're a male, correct?
Partially.
Okay, what male do you know that's born with a vagina?
Some are. Okay.
Name one.
Intersex people. People
You're
intersex.
not intersex. I said name a male that is born with a
You
vagina.
can be intersex male. You can be intersex female. You can be just intersex.
That's not what I asked you. I said name me a male that was born with a vagina.
Okay. The real truth. You weren't even able to give me a definition, an adequate definition for
I gave you the
vagina.
definition for what homosexuality is, lesbians and gays, and you don't want to accept it. I get why, though. You can't change
Yes,
how people define
the real
certain
truth.
things,
I
bro.
think that your definition of homosexual is not good enough.
So, what was a lesbian before every other letter came in the LGBT community? What was a lesbian? Tell me, what was
Non
it
a I would yeah a
before the
non-man.
T came?
Okay, fine. You tell me what I was going to say.
I'm asking you, what did a lesbian and a gay mean
Right, and I
in
was answering, and
LGBT?
then you interrupted me.
Go for it. I'm listening. I'm all ears.
Okay, it's a non-man who's attracted to other non-men exclusively.
It's a non-man attracted to a non-man. So, are you talking about gender or sex?
Man would be a gender-based
Okay,
term.
so
So
is
I'm talking
is
about gender.
sexuality based on gender or is it sex?
Gender.
Okay, so you're telling me that gender has something to do with sex then, correct?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, but you just told me at the beginning of the conversation that gender and sex are completely separate.
They're different things. I never made the claim that they're completely
No,
separate. They're
that's
fully
exactly what you
infused sex
said.
and gender.
It's exactly what you just told me.
Yeah, no,
That's
you're
why I'm saying I'm
misunderstanding.
not confused about the definition. I think you are, with all due respect.
The real
That's
truth,
why
you're
you're
not
trying to
hearing
change
what
what
I'm
it means.
saying.
Okay, repeat yourself again.
Sex and gender are different things, but that
Yep.
does not mean that there isn't a link between them.
Okay, so do they call it genderality or do they call it sexuality?
Yeah, the word that we use isn't relevant.
Okay, can you look up the definition of lesbian right now and tell me what it means?
Non-man who's attracted to other non-men.
Okay, what is homosexuality?
Homosexuality is when you're attracted to the same gender.
So gender and sex mean the same thing then?
Nope.
So how are you telling me about
The real
gender
truth,
and
you're
then
just
telling me
running in
about sexuality?
circles. You're just running in circles.
Adora, you're making no sense with what you're saying right now. I'm talking about sexuality and you're talking about gender.
I'm trying to get you to tell me what it is, what aspect of sex it is that you're attracted to.
You're either male or female. It's not a matter of what you're talking about in terms of specific parts of attraction. It's male or female. Those are the prerequisites to being homosexual. If you're attracted
And
to
I'm
the same
trying to get you to
sex,
back that claim. You've made that claim probably 100 times now. Back it up.
I mean, if there's any gay or lesbian person that was in your panel right now and they came up, they'd agree with me. It's not based on your gender identity. You're arguing it because you're a trans woman. That's why you're trying to call yourself a lesbian. But you're essentially a male. That's what it is.
Oh my God, the real truth. I've never denied that I'm a male. Never.
Okay, so how is a male dating a female homosexual?
Because you can be a woman and be male. And
No,
being a lesbian is a woman attracted to women, a non-man attracted to non-men.
no, so you're using a false definition then.
Okay, I'm going to try this again. When you find someone attractive, what aspect of their sex is it that you're attracted to?
The fact that they're females. I'm a
And how do
hetero.
you know?
I'm a
And how do you know?
Yo, listen to me. Just listen to me. I don't get angry. Just listen to what I'm saying. I'm
I want you to
heterosexual.
answer.
You're not going to tell me what I'm attracted to. If I'm heterosexual,
I'm
I'm
trying to
attracted.
get you to explain to me
Bro,
what part
if
it
you want me
is.
if you want me to explain it, I'll explain it to you. But you're getting upset for no reason. I'm telling you I'm
You've been
hetero.
running from my question the
Okay,
entire
I'm
time,
telling
Truth.
you I'm a
You've been running
heterosexual
from my
male.
question the entire time.
Do you want me to answer or do you
Yes.
want to get upset? It's one of the
Answer.
two. I'm a heterosexual male. I am
That's not an
attracted to
answer.
females exclusively.
That's not an answer.
That is my answer. You can't tell
Nope.
me
You
what my
failed to
sexuality.
answer
So you're
again.
gonna tell me. So you're gonna tell
I'm
me what my
looking for you to
sexuality
give
is.
me details, Truth. This is your last chance. Give me
Did I
details or
not?
leave.
Did I not just tell you they have vaginas?
How do you know?
Because the women that I had sex with had a vagina.
That's not what I said. That wasn't the question I asked. I asked
You
when you
just
are
asked me how
attracted.
did I know? I just answered you.
Oh my
The
God, you
females I
won't
had
answer. You
sex with
won't.
had a
Now you're not letting
vagina.
me talk again. The question was, when you are attracted to someone, how do you know that they are female? What aspect of their femaleness are you attracted to?
They typically have breast. They typically look like one. They biologically are one. They have the sexual organs of one, not
And
manipulated by a doctor.
explain to me how you know their sexual organs.
Not manipulated
Explain
by
to
a
me how you
doctor
know their sexual organs.
because I have sex with them.
Oh, so everyone you're attracted to, you assault.
What are you talking about?
I
Assault?
asked you, when you are attracted to someone, how do you know they're female? You said your response was, I have sex with them.
Because I've had sex with them. I know they're a female. You're not going to
You've never
question
so,
me
so
on my
you've never been
sexuality.
attracted to someone that you weren't intimate with.
Sorry, say that again one more time.
You've never been attracted to someone that you weren't intimate with.
Yeah, but they are biologically a female. There was no guessing game.
What?
They were biologically females. There was no
How
guessing
do
game.
you know?
Because I know they're females. I'm not
How?
attracted to it's like Adora. Look at you.
How do you know
I would know in
when
one
you're attracted
second
to
that
someone
you're a
that they are
male.
female?
It's like I'll be honest with you, trans women, you guys are easy to clock. Like I could tell you're a
That's
male from a
you're
mile
running.
away
You've just been running from this question over
because you're
and
trying to
over and
because you're
over
trying to
and
compare it to
over.
yourself because you have a different
The real
definition of what
truth.
a lesbian
Okay,
is.
here's the drill. I'm going to mute you because you won't let me talk. You're not answering the question at all. So here's the thing. Here's what I want you to answer next. Have you ever been attracted to someone that you weren't intimate with? You may now unmute.
Oh, 100%.
Okay. What about them were you attracted to? What made you attractive to them?
They're drop dead gorgeous.
They're drop dead gorgeous. What does
I
that
mean
mean to you?
they look like a beautiful woman.
Okay, they're a beautiful woman. And how do you know their sex based on if they're beautiful or not?
Because I'm not playing guessing games, because not everybody's trans, and I'm not looking for identity politics. It's just the truth. Just because you
Oh,
have a gender
the
identity, it
truth,
doesn't mean
you're
that
so
everybody
bad at
does.
answering questions. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for you. How do
Know
you
what
know that
sexuality
someone
is.
that you're attracted to is female?
Because they're a female. You can't change that. Am I testing someone's chromosomes every time I go out with them? Do you think that's what I'm doing?
No, I don't.
Exactly. The guessing game comes with people like you, not normal people that are females. That's why you're
Okay,
arguing this
I've,
subject.
I've had enough. The real truth.
All right, Mr. Man, it's
I've
okay.
asked I asked the same question 20,000 times. 20,000 times.